A six-time Pro Bowl wide receiver could be on his way to wearing Washington's colors. Sources are confirming that serious moves are happening in the front office, and this bombshell could be announced at any moment. Is this the move we need to make a Super Bowl run? At the decision table, our general manager is considering adding another lethal weapon for our star quarterback in the upcoming draft. With the 29th pick, there's a golden opportunity that could completely transform our offense. Analysts are already talking about how this addition could ignite Cliff Kingsbury's system. And if that wasn't enough, there are red-hot reports about an elite pass rusher, the league sack leader, who's at odds with his current team and could be available. Negotiations are underway, and Washington might just pull off a move that would shake up the entire NFL. If you want all the details on these potential game-changing moves for our franchise, stick around until the end. Look, the situation couldn't be clearer. Our Commanders just lost Diami Brown and Olamide Zacos in free agency. Yeah, we got Deebo Samuel, but we need more. Is that enough? I don't think so, and I'll tell you this with total conviction: we need a veteran receiver who can provide immediate consistency. Keenan Allen is out there, six-time Pro Bowler, a receiver who's topped 1,000 yards in 6 different seasons. And now I ask you, isn't that exactly the kind of reliable player we need to complement Terry McLaurin and Deebo Samuel? Absolutely dotted 32 years old, Allen is coming off a solid season with the Bears. 70 catches, 744 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Those aren't astronomical numbers, but he's exactly the kind of player who brings security on third downs. His market value is estimated at $11.1 million per year. And with $32.2 million in cap space, this move is completely doable. What excites me about this potential acquisition is that it gives Jayden Daniels another dependable option who knows how to find openings in a defense. Can we picture a lineup with McLaurin, Samuel, and Allen? I'm telling you right now, that's a nightmare for any defensive coordinator in the league. On top of that, Allen brings the veteran leadership we need in the locker room. A guy who's been in the trenches, who knows what it takes to win, and who can mentor our young talent. If Adam Peters pulls this off, we'd be looking at one of the best receiving corps in the entire NFL. And now I ask you, isn't that exactly what Jayden Daniels needs to unleash his full potential in year 2? The answer is obvious. Ahorsi con los titulos correctos. Dejum saber si queers algan otro adjusti. Let's get straight to the point about the draft. We have the 29th pick, and a lot of people think that with McLaurin and Samuel, we don't need another receiver. Are they out of their minds? I believe there's always room for improvement, especially when a talent like Matthew Golden is on the board. The Texas receiver ran an incredible 4.29 in the 40-yard dash. Do you know what that means? Pure speed, folks. Game-changing speed. And now, let me ask you, when was the last time we had a receiver with that kind of explosive ability? Kingsbury's system thrives with players who can turn short passes into big gains. According to Bucky Brooks' mock draft, Golden could fall right into our spot. If that happens, Adam Peters should sprint to the podium to turn in the pick. Picture this: McLaurin stretching the defense, Samuel moving all over the formation, and Golden exploding downfield with his raw speed. That's a nightmare arsenal. What I love about this scenario is that Golden wouldn't have to shoulder the pressure of being the number 1 or even the number 2 target right away. He could develop at his own pace while contributing in specific packages. And with a quarterback like Daniels, who spreads the ball around to whoever is open, opportunities will come. Some people will call this a luxury pick. I call it a pick with vision. 3 years from now, when McLaurin is approaching 30 and Samuel's contract is winding down, this move could look like a stroke of genius. Isn't that kind of foresight exactly what separates elite franchises from the rest? I firmly believe it is. Now let's get into something truly explosive. Trey Hendrickson, last season's NFL sack leader, has officially requested a trade from Cincinnati. And according to recent reports, he's prepared to sit out the entire year if he doesn't get a new deal. Are you hearing this? This guy is willing to leave millions on the table for his principles. That's the mindset of a true predator, someone who knows exactly what they're worth and won't settle for less. This situation couldn't be more perfect for us. We just lost Dante Fowler Jr. to the Cowboys, and our defensive line needs that elite pass rushing presence. Let me ask you, who's a better candidate than the league's sack leader? The answer is obvious. We're talking about a game-changing player, someone who commands double teams on every snap and still finds a way to get to the quarterback. What makes this opportunity so intriguing is the immediate impact it would have. A dominant pass rusher completely changes the identity of a defense. Quarterbacks have to speed up their throws, cornerbacks can play more aggressively, and suddenly, everything on the defensive side clicks into place. Think about what T.J. Watt does for the Steelers, or what the Bosa brothers have done for their teams. That's the level of impact we're talking about here. Landing Hendrickson wouldn't come cheap. It would likely cost significant draft capital and a substantial new contract. But let me tell you this with complete confidence sometimes. You have to pay the price to reach the elite tier. The Eagles won the Super Bowl, and we need to close that gap. The history of the NFL is filled with teams that made that final leap, thanks to acquiring a dominant pass rusher. Remember the Bucs with Simeon Rice, or the Broncos with Von Miller. This could be our moment. The message a move like this would send is crystal clear. The Commanders are here to compete now. Not in 2 years, not in 5, right now. With Daniels still on his rookie contract, we have a window to maximize our potential. Isn't that exactly what this fan base deserves after years of frustration? I believe they've earned it. They've endured name changes, ownership scandals, and wasted seasons. It's time to reward them with a team that's truly built for greatness. Just imagine the impact Hendrickson would have on our defensive front. Division rival quarterbacks, Prescott, Jones, Hurts, would be losing sleep before facing us. Every offensive coordinator would have to dedicate extra resources just to contain him, opening up opportunities for the rest of our defense. That's the kind of domino effect that transforms a solid unit into an elite one. And let's not forget the locker room factor. Bringing in a player of Hendrickson's caliber would send a powerful message to the entire roster. We're here to win, and we're willing to make the necessary investments to do it. That kind of commitment raises the level of everyone around. It builds a winning culture that feeds itself. Great players want to play with other great players. It's a virtuous cycle that starts with bold moves like this one. Let's be clear, if the Commanders land Keenan Allen, draft Matthew Golden, or trade for Trey Hendrickson, we're talking about a team with legitimate Super Bowl aspirations. Which one of these moves do you think would have the biggest impact on our chances? Let me know in the comments. I've followed this franchise for years, and I can feel something special coming together. Adam Peters is building something great, and we're all witnesses to it. The question is no longer whether we can compete with the Eagles. It's when we'll surpass them. What do you think? Are we just a few key pieces away from taking over the NFC East? This channel is your #1 source for Commanders news, analysis you won't find anywhere else. If you value raw, unfiltered, passionate content, I need you to hit that subscribe button right now. We're a family here, united by our love for this team. Every like, every comment, every subscription helps us grow and deliver even better content. And remember, hail to the Redskins.